I'm teacher Marcel and good morning everyone. Are you ready to learn? So let's get started. Get your English module and take a look at it while watching the video. Okay, so our lesson is analyzing figure of speech, hyperbole, and irony. Okay, so as human being, there are things that we are capable of doing, but there are also things that we cannot do. Okay, now in our first activity, in what's in, you can now get your English notebook, number it 1 to 5, and answer yes or no. Okay, so there are lots of things that we are capable of doing, but there is limitation. So in this activity, answer the questions honestly. Can you do the following? Okay, so you may write in your notebook yes or no. Okay, number 1, can you climb a mango tree? Okay, number 2, can you carry a pail of water? Number 3, can you eat a whole cow? Number 4, can you kiss a snake? Number 5, can you ride a bike? Okay, so let us read the conversations or the comic strip about Mona and Elsa. Hello, Elsa. My pet dog Aki died yesterday, and I cried a river. Oh, yes, I'm happy to hear that, Mona. Now you can look for a new pet. My heart is bleeding with sadness. Well, go to the party so you'll forget about Aki. You are one lucky fellow, for you now have an angel. So do you think the conversation of Mona and Elsa has something to do with our lesson for today? Okay, so what is our lesson? Figurative language or figures of speech. Okay, what is it? Figurative language or figures of speech are ways of expressing ideas by using symbols, figures, or likenesses. It is the opposite of literal language because it does not tell directly what a person has in mind. Okay, so one example of figure of speech is simile, a comparison of two unlike objects using like or as. Okay, so let me ask you, what is the animal that moves very slow? Okay, very good, turtle. Okay, so if you move very slow, someone will describe you or will compare you to a turtle. Say, for example, Anna walked like a turtle. So, meaning Anna walked very slow. Okay, so another example of figure of speech is metaphor, a direct comparison of two unlike objects without using like or as. Okay, so whenever you always help and save your friend, she or he will call you angel. But if you frighten or rude to someone, they will call you a monster. She is a monster. My aunt is a monster. Okay. Another example is personification, a figure of speech that gives human qualities to places, objects, animals, or ideas. Example, my alarm clock yells at me to get out of the bed every morning. Clock is only an object, it has no life, therefore it cannot yell, right? But when we give clock human qualities, example, my alarm clock yells. So this example is a personification because we give the object clock a human qualities which is yell. Okay, so pahapyaw lang ang binigay kong explanation ng example sa simile, metaphor, and personification just to connect with our lesson for today. What is it? Okay, so our lesson for today is about the hyperbole and irony. Okay, so when we say hyperbole, it's a figure of speech that expresses overstatement and exaggeration of a particular condition. Okay, statements expressing hyperbole are also called hyperbolic statements. Now, looking back at the conversation of Mona and Elsa, what can you say about Mona's statement? I cried a river and my heart is bleeding with sadness. Do you think even Mona cry for a month or for a year, she will cry a river? Of course not, isn't it? Or my heart is bleeding with sadness. Okay, no matter how sad you are, your heart will never bleed. Okay? So Mona's statement is impossible, is unbelievable, is exaggeration, and is overstatement. Okay, so therefore this statement is called hyperbole. Okay? So remember, hyperbole is a statement with exaggeration, unbelievable, impossible, and overstatement. Okay, so let us read another examples of hyperbole. Okay, number one, my world turned upside down. Okay, no matter how difficult life is, the world or your world will never turn upside down. Okay, number two, your voice is deafening. No matter how loud your voice, it will never make you deaf. Okay, next, number three, the heat of my body can produce fire. Okay, no matter how hot your body, you can't produce fire. So these three sentences are exaggerated. Sobra, palalo, unbelievable. Okay, so we call this sentence hyperbole. Okay, so another example of figure of speech is irony. So irony, on the other hand, is a figure of speech that expresses the contrary or opposite of what should one really think, especially in order to be funny. So kung ano yung sinasabi niya ay kabaligtaran kung ano yung gusto niya sabihin. Halimbawa, nakita ka niya na pangit ang iyong damit. Instead of saying, pangit ang damit mo, sasabihin niya, ang ganda ng damit mo. Okay? So he says, what is the opposite? Okay, remember, the word used in ironic statement expresses praise or approval. However, the real purpose is to criticize, mock, or ridicule. Okay, so kung minsan sasabihin kanila, ay kalaguna. Yeah? But they mean sariling ganda. So they use the word malaguy ka just to criticize. Okay? Ay kaganakana. Diba? So the opposite is, ano naman, pangit naman pala ang ugali. O di kaya naman, say for example, bobo yun, and then sasabihin nila na, ay katalino na. Okay. So they say what is the opposite. Kabaligtaran in kayang sasabihan. Okay? So the purpose of it, don't forget, is to criticize, mock, or ridicule. Okay? Okay, so you may now turn your module to what's more. Okay, so you're going to analyze the following statement. Write A if it is a hyperbole, which expresses exaggeration or something that is unbelievable to happen. And you write B if it is an irony, which expresses the contrary or opposite of what is said. Okay? Okay, so what I have learned. Okay, so ano na yung natutunan ninyo sa discussions na narinig ninyo? Okay, so figurative language is a way of speaking or writing in which the speaker or writer describes things in a new or different way. It is also called figures of speech. Okay, so remember, hyperbole or hyperbolic statements are exaggerated statements that are almost impossible to believe since they may never happen or exist. While irony or ironic statements, on the other hand, express ideas or situations that are opposite or in contrast of what is expected to happen or what is said in mind. Okay, now take a look with your module. It's now time for you to answer what I can do. Read and analyze if the statements express exaggeration or ironic ideas. Write the sentences in the correct column of the table provided below. Note, clue words were underlined to help you. Okay, so this is the table. We have hyperbole and the irony. Okay, the first one is already done for you. Okay, the statement was written under the hyperbole. I can see the germs with my naked eyes. Okay, so enjoy answering and good luck. Okay, next we have the assessment. Okay, mastering the skills. Analyze if the statement is hyperbole or irony. The underlined words will help you decide on your correct answer. Draw a circle if you think it is hyperbole or a box if it is an irony. Good luck. Okay, now for your additional activities, read and understand the short selection, look and underline the hyperbolic sentences, and circle the ironic sentences. Okay, so I hope you learned and enjoyed our lesson for today. So thank you for watching. God bless us all. Keep safe, everyone.